Alright, welcome, punks, to the Punkery show. I actually did it this time. Right, this time, Cash. The music is not high. It's not high.
Wow.
Wow.
Clap, clap, clap.
Yeah, as you remember, the first show of the year, I accidentally had the radio loud, so GG, the New Year's resolution has been fixed, even though I forgot to turn off the Discord streamer mode. Turn on the streamer mode. Anyway, this is your host Rashawn. Got my co-host Kesh here, and Vega just dropped in from Florida. As Charlemagne the God said, all of the craziest people in the world are from the Bronx and all of Florida, so he's right here. So, I got a suggestion last week of a topic for this show. It's been 3 months since new admins were made, in the middle of October or something like that. And this is the perfect time to give like a progress report about how these admins have done. Now, I'll be honest and say, despite the hype CnR news I did on those admins, I was kind of weary about some of them, how some would do. Would they, as most admins do, play for a couple months and then be like, fuck this, I beat CnR, I beat the game, and just either quit, or would they be, party artists, event artists, and not do anything else? I said artists, not autists, by the way, artists. And all that.
Yeah, you're the latter.
Wrong. Okay.
Well, you're definitely not an artist. You don't like doing events on CnR, so you probably
Exactly. I'm listen. All right, just like how we talked about, everybody, like every straight person is at least 3% gay. I'm at least 10% autist. All right, but
Yes, I get.
well, wrong. I'm 3% gay. But anyway, well, I just lost my train of thought. It was about the admins, right? But still, I had my reservations about some of the people that were gonna be admin, and I'm sure some of them listened to the show, and to their respect, they didn't, throw me into the mental garbage or anything like that. I respect that, but I honestly do think, most of these admins have been pretty good. They've been pretty good. You look at the complaint section. It's been a long time since mass admins have been made. Has it been since like 2016? Like Backfire got in 2017, right? So it's probably been since 2016 since there's been a mass admin promotion. But these admins have been pretty good. I mean, you look at the complaint section, it gets covered so well. It makes me look like an idiot, because there are times where I selectively look at complaint topics, and I'm pretty sure if you look in the last 5 pages, I've done 2. And I only seem to do complaints that actually resonate with me. Like Player Q made a complaint on Weston, who got donkey today on New Year's Day, and he's still cheating like a fag, and all that. And I did 2 complaints on Quitter Be Like Me, Killer Be Like Me, because I remember him. He used to quit to avoid all the time. So I only seem to do complaints that really resonate with me. Whereas, Marcus Weed, James, Messed Up Smiley, those 3 in particular, I think have surprised me, because I thought they were going to be ho-hum, average, just like in DSP's best and worst games of the year. Not top 10, but not worst 10 either. I just thought they were going to be ho-hum, but they've been pretty good. Been pretty good, in my opinion. I don't have any quarrel with any of them. Though, I will say, as a guy who's anti-events, and of course I'm not going to condone what event crashers do, But it is a good laugh whenever I think Katara got disabled at the end of December for destroying an event in sort of Rambo Movie's on the server right now. So hopefully for those admins that tried to host that event, you can say, fuck this, fuck events, we're going to actually do some actual real admin work. But that's, so to speak, not saying that they're not doing admin work. But, to these dudes, they've done quite well. They've done well. I think they've done well. Yeah, exactly.
I also feel like that. I mean, I heard like a lot of comments before the first weeks that the admins were made, and some people were worried because some people were basically on the verge of stopping playing, or they didn't play that much anymore. Some of the admins that were made were more active ones, some were a bit less active ones. Some were also worried that maybe people like, I don't know, Stella and Trop, that maybe they are too mellow people and they will not punish, or maybe, I know particularly about Stella Clark, someone has said to me that they just hope that Stella won't stop playing because of this, because, Stella was just like around City Hall pretty much, and like, she had her own playstyle, and now that she has to deal with the shitter of the server, she might like lose the will to play, because she would be forced to deal with the people she never had to deal with before. So some people were like genuinely worried that she would stop playing, or that it would get too much for her and she would be pushed away from CNR. But honestly, she's been doing really, really well. She's still around, she's playing a lot. She also started playing some other maps, which she didn't play that much, other cities. And she's dealing with complaints and everything, so I think she's doing really well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I also kind of wondered about Stella Clark, and whenever admins that are made admin that usually are not very vocal and all of this, you gotta have some type of backbone and stuff to deal with idiots being idiots. And in fact, I saw last week, it's very easy to do this, but there was some dude who flat out DM'd her. And I was like, oh snap, somebody DM'd an admin. And she went up there and knocked him off the server. Probably for more days than I would have thought. So, that's pretty good. Also, Lucas in chat just said, can I white knight Stella Clark? Hold on, dude. Keep it in your pants, man. Alright, what happened to Melina? Okay. But, and we see other stuff in chat, this is the thing. Like, a lot of people were like, blah, blah, who the fuck is so-and-so? Mainly because, they only play single city or something like that. And I'll say for sure, there were a lot of who the fuck is Stella Clarks once that happened. And that obviously is mainly because Stella Clark was mainly a one city player. But the thing about making new admins is that they're all different. And they each come with, quirks and snit. Like Marcus Sweet, he's the floor general type dude. Like, he's been telling me about his plans for certain eradications of stuff that's illegal. I'm not going to say it specifically. But, bugs and mods, that people use that for some reason is accepted in CNR, high FPS, shout out to Chivo, but he's had ideas on how to eradicate that, and I thought, that's a great initiative. You've got Stella Clark, who, of course, she mainly plays San Fierro, but I've seen her a lot on Server 2 and Server 2, you have other admins, older admins that are always like, oh, why do we have a Server 2? And, oh, Server 2 is 12 players, CNR is dead! And all this, cocksuckery and all this. But Server 2 needs some love as well, and Stella Clark does give Server 2 some love. You got Music Box, and other players that want to entertain the players, events, and all of this. So each new admin at any given time, they're gonna have their specific individual quirks, and if you put them together, then it makes the server a lot better. GG Cash, you have nice internet. Internet.
Am I still here?
Yeah, you're still here.
I just switched from wireless to cable because you are lagging a bit out for me. I don't know if it's the same for other people. I could not hear some of your words. So.
Oh, destroyed. See, that's why you become an idiot like me and get a mother. Well, you're using a laptop, right?
I mean, I don't know if it's your internet or mine, but you are lagging. Usually I would prefer to hear the least possible of you, but it's a show anyways.
Wrong.
Mulan has just asked me if we have radio on. Did you not advertise it?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Then he's an idiot.
Let's see. Jeremy just said if a donkey can still be eligible for admin. Well, let me see. Who have I given donkey the day that turned admin? Nobody? Well, the thing is, the first ever donkey the day, right, was on people who are mad about refugees, right? But I didn't say any specific name because I guess it spawned from some IRC conversation.
Did you not mean Jayans with it though?
Yes, Jayans was the biggest reason for me doing that donkey today. It was basically a bunch of people in IRC that were scared about refugees touching their dicks. So, it was Jayans and some other people. I don't know who the rest were, but that's where that donkey of the day came from. So, in some weird technical way, yes, if you got donkey of the day, yes, you can still get admin easy.
You gave donkey of the day before to yourself. You gave donkey of the day before to Blister and Mew, I think, to Jayans.
Rust.
So, sorry,
and Sigma.
Rust. Sigma also,
and
yeah. So Christiach also. What did he get it for? Oh, the freaking awards.
Yeah, the
CnR awards.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So a lot of admins are donkeys.
Exactly. I don't feel bad, Jeremy. Lots of admins have gotten donkey today, so that's not a killer for you at all. But
I mean, look at Rashawn. He gives spotlight to cheaters all the time, and he's an admin. So.
That's very true. Very true.
But back on the topic of the admins, I actually wanted to say that what I like about this admins now is that those that you don't even see in the game that much. I mean, on some days you will not see Marcus Reed a lot in the game, or some days you will not see Jayans much, or you will not see them like a few days in a row. They will still kind of do their work though. I mean, sometimes they will not be on server, but when you check out the forum complaints, you see they're present there. So they kind of step in, like if few admins are on server all the time, like the other ones will try to chime in, at least like doing complaints on the forum or something, That's why I like about them. I mean, they're not completely gone, at least none of them so far, I think, hasn't been like properly gone. I think maybe Snorkel, like I haven't seen him around that much, but that must have been like he has other stuff like exams probably going on and stuff like that. But that's normal. It's nothing, no biggie.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not too critical on activity. I guess it's it just depends on what you do when you're around, and that may seem a bit weird because Fugazi Fanta. Remember, Fugazi Fanta used to be an admin, but he was active all the time. What's funny though is that if Fugazi Fanta just disappeared, say Fugazi Fanta disappeared, 6 months before and 6 months after, like around the time he was getting all this prestige for being a great and abusive admin, and he never got demoted, then he'd still be an admin today. How about that? You know, it's not always about activity, but what you do during that time. So, you know, people like Snorkel and whoever else was a new admin that hasn't played as much as some of the others, you know, there'll be a time where they'll be able to come around and do their part. But what I was gonna say as well is that you know that you're doing a good job when you've got all of these band can't connect topics on you, which makes me think. Let me see. Soro Stress says the volume is low, but I guess I should turn it up. But Suresh.
Oh, okay. I thought Soros for a second. I was like, what the hell is she doing here?
She's
I mean, the other thing is also you just see the activity of, how admins are doing their job by the purple names. Like, not purple names that didn't get activated at all, but the people that once were activated and, they got disabled or whatever, and now they have purple name, and we've seen quite a lot of those that were actually quite present on the server. Can't play Nishi. But, it shows that something is being done.
Yeah, that's very true. You gotta have more eyes because multi-accounting's been the big snit on the server a lot, and the more eyes that you got to take a look at that, like at the top you've got a bunch of punks that are asking why they got banned, saying that they're not so and so, but they are actually so and so. The more eyes, the better, for sure. But on the Band Can't Connect session, you got a lot of mad ats. Messed Up Smiley, you got a lot of mad ats. James, a lot of mad at Marcus Weed. And, I'm kind of jelly. I'm kind of envious of them because I want more people to complain about me.
Wow, Sean, I remember this one time we were playing on Las Venturas and you disabled a guy who wanted to play on different account, and he was raging and ramping and raging.
Yes. His name was MRC.
MRC, yeah, and that one was aimed towards you, I guess.
Well, it's kind of funny because whenever I get barked at for stuff that I do, I usually don't say anything because it's basically, it's gonna be a cycle of non-resolvements. It's just like the same as Las Venturas gameplay. You kill a guy, and then the guy will retaliate and kill you, and then you retaliate and kill the guy, or you die to the guy, then you try again, you die again, and it's a never-ending cycle of faggery. So it's the same thing when it comes to arguing with players. When you punish them for supposed multi-accounting, even though I don't really care about SWAT Merc, because number one, why would someone put on a tag in 2019? Okay, tags like, SWAT and, what other groups, Gaza, whatever, blah, blah, like those are so last decade. Okay, if you use a tag in 2019, you're an idiot, and you deserve to get banned. Okay, so, I apologize, but still, you deserve to get your ass kicked.
I don't know. Yeah. Lucas is saying he likes the song that's playing in the background. Did you forget to switch it off again? What?
No, because it's an 80s song, that's why he likes it. Apparently, Lucas, his demographic is 80s songs and snits.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got a lot of variety of songs on the mix right here and all that. But
about that guy, MIRC guy. The funniest shit about him was though that he was saying he's 22 something years old, but he was like little child throwing the toys out of his pram when he didn't get what he wanted in 20 minutes, and he really wasn't willing to understand that he cannot just get undisabled like that, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
I guess some people just don't understand that even between admins there's certain levels. Some admins can do something and the other admins can do something else. Not everyone has rights to everything, so it's not just as simple like, okay, this admin disabled me so he has to undisable me, you know. It does not work like that.
Yeah, that dude was pretty much a one-man like riot. Like he had Manu Rules and Franchi Cootie kissing his ass as well, you know, power to the player.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you know, a lot of players, 20-somethings, 30-somethings, they they'll flail their arms around and ask for justice and all this other crap, you know, and you just gotta wait for the right to be righted, I guess. Or the wrong
I will say something though, which kind of bothers me still. I mean, I'm not the admin, so I guess I don't really have a right to complain or judge or whatever. It still kind of surprises me that in 2019 you don't really have a system to like understand, I mean, who needs to be punished or whatever was said about something, because apparently like this dude, I don't know if he was lying or not, but apparently this dude MIRC wanted to become SWAT MIRC, right? So apparently he told like everything or Christy Edge that he will change an account, you know, and that was not like noted anywhere or whatever, you know, that he will not play on the old one anymore and that he will swap to the new one, you know. So the next admin that comes online only sees like, oh, look, we have this dude who was playing on one account yesterday and he's playing on the other account today, you know. Isn't that weird? He has two accounts, both are registered, right? One needs to be disabled. So of course you will disable the newer account, right? Like you don't have like a communication system between it. Like the appropriate thing in that moment, I guess, the moment the guy told Christy Edge, like, listen, bro, I will have the new account, you know, Christy Edge should have disabled the old one immediately, you know, because then it would never come to this situation where next admin who doesn't have this information would disable the wrong account, right? So I don't know, like if you don't have a system or like there's still like you can improve on communication, or Christy just didn't do the job that he should have done, you know. Because when the dude said, listen, I don't want to have my old account anymore, I will have new one, the admin that's present, you know, should just disable the old account, not to leave the both enabled, you know, and then the next admin comes, he doesn't know what's going on, you know.
Well, sometimes a public service announcement to let everybody know about some change can be tough, but it's also because account changes are pretty rare. Like, it's not every day that a dude is gonna change their name and, you know, all that. Like, how many people really change their name? Like, per some, you know, amount of players, like, how many really change their name? You know, it's pretty rare anyway.
You have like shapeshifters, like expander, and blah blah blah. You know, those. Like smooth X and yeah, there's some wax silver. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Well, the thing about smooth and wax and ashes and smooth and ashes and silver and wax is that, and I guess this really isn't an excuse, but they don't attach a tag to their names. Like, silver and wax are completely different, so like it wouldn't resonate with an admin that has no idea what's going on as quick.
Yes.
You know,
as SWAT MIRC and MIRC, right?
But
yeah, I know. Yeah. The thing that's the only reason I really pointed it out is because, like, if you just look at the server, right, it's pretty apparent and obvious that like the guy who has done this server has some programming knowledge, right? And to my knowledge, like Crazy Bob is a programmer and he's pretty good at it too. So I just thought it would not be a biggie for him, you know, to create some sort of database where people could like, you know, register or note like remarks in there, you know, even between the admins, that you would have a system, right? I don't know, you enter someone's name and it pops out, I don't know, you know, this guy wanted to change account this and this and this date, whatever, you know. But yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of views, so obviously it's not the easiest to let everyone know every information there is about someone.
Yeah.
I mean, the more admins are there, the harder the task, I guess.
And the thing is, I'm not going to be a DSP here that, you know, every thing that happens, it's never my fault. I guess the gays had a point where I probably should have asked SWAT Merc, why does he have the SWAT tag on his name and why does he have a second account? Because when that gayery was happening, I kind of thought, maybe he's right. Maybe I should have asked this dude why he has another account. But then again, with the amount of, you know, multi-accounts that I've had to deal with, this dude named, his name is MIRC, but I call him Merc because, you know, MIRC is an awful name. He added a SWAT tag to his name. So he has two accounts, MIRC and SWAT MIRC. And I max disabled SWAT MIRC because I thought it was multi-account. And then he came back under his other account. He was like, "This is injustice. Admin mistakenly banned my account. Please really disable this account. Reactivate SWAT Merc." And people were trying to tell him to calm down. He was like, "No, I will not stop talking until justice is served and this is fixed." And all
I mean, at the end of all this fuggery, right, there's two things to be learned. I mean, probably you learned, like, from now on you will ask every single person that you're not sure about if they have two accounts or not, right? You will give them a chance to defend themselves at first. And this dude, if he would be any smart, you know, he could also figure out that he certainly has a talent in some, you know, way. So maybe he should become a public speaker or I don't know, you know, something like that. Because he was, how to say, like restless or whatever. I mean, he wouldn't stop, you know. So
yeah,
he
had energy.
Yeah,
but
I don't know who he quite reminded me of. I think we had players like that before, but I don't remember who.
I was thinking a typical English literate person who gets wronged. Pretty much, I don't know, but yeah, you know, but yeah, that leads me to the admin snit again, and one thing I will say for those new admins out there now, the only disappointment I had when there were new admins is that, you know, you have the most fun as an admin when you're the only admin on, because who took my number?
Sefi?
Is Sefi on? Listen to it. But
oh no, he's not.
Oh wow, someone else took my number.
No.
But you know, you feel the most loose and the most carefree when there are no other admins on. And at this point, even though I seem to have made a mistake with SWAT Merc, this is the point where you should not be concerned at all about making mistakes. If you make a mistake, that's fine. It doesn't really matter at all. You know, as we've seen back in history, the only admins who have been demoted for intentionally either girls or intentionally, you know, fucking up something. So if you know, disable the wrong person, or, you know, ban a guy who was not cheating, or, you know, for something that you were, so to speak, 80% sure on, that's fine. It doesn't really matter, because there are people that can undo your mistakes. So, you know, keep on doing what you're doing. You admins are doing pretty well, you know, because to be honest with you, like, I'm gonna name drop, like, people like Giants, Weed, Smiley, Music Box. I just wasn't sure if they'd be any good.
I want to say something though. I mean, like, because we're at this talk of promotions and stuff, right?
Yes.
I'm happy that a lot of promotions happened. However, I think there should be promotions in other areas as well. Like, maybe more admins should get promoted. I mean, like, you have levels, like I said before, among yourself, you know. I think maybe few admins should, like, that are around for quite a while now, and maybe like you or everything or whoever, should also get promoted to be able to undisable people, you know, because so far I think we only have one admin who can do that, you know, and he's not always around. So this should definitely be looked at as well, you know, or maybe someone like a Ghost Hunter who's also responsible admin and he's been around quite a while. And also on radio, please, please, I beg you, like, promote someone else than Renegade and Doogie, because they might as well, like, buy coffins for the Black Friday or something, because they're literally dead, you know. So we have CNR, like, on CNR Radio, we have mixes on. I mean, I don't know how many of you are fans of Octavia metal mixes, whatever, you know, but I'm quite tired of them. And I remember those days when I joined CNR, there used to be actually mix on radio. I mean, it wasn't mix, it was live, and it was Miss with her sexy motherfucking voice. She was like narrating. I mean, not narrating. She was like, okay, next song that's gonna be playing is this and this and that, you know. And it was super, like, interactive, and it added something to radio. Like, right now, you only have Lucas that's doing that. Shout out to Lucas, who also got denied by Stella. He said, "I will white knight you, Stella," and Stella said, "Why do I need that?" Nice one. Yeah, you're already admin, Stella. You don't need no admin or no guy to white knight. But yeah, like, it was something special, and even now you can see, like, Lucas is a big snit hat, right? But still, people super like him on the radio when he's doing live mixes and stuff like that. Yes. And it would be also good, like Miss, for example, she was doing like top 40 of that week or something like that, right? It would be good, like, if people could actually submit mixes and they would not get accepted like 1 year later, you know. So we always have to listen to like 2 years old music or something like that. So please, like, promote someone that, you know, has a bit more control over the radio. Or like, sometimes we have had this happen quite a lot, like, not this year per se, like 2019, but like in 2018, me and Roshan would come on Discord and the radio wouldn't work, and we couldn't have a Punkery show because the radio was down, and we actually have to wait for Doogie or Renegade to put it back on, you know. Yes. And that might take like days. If we would have someone active, then, you know, it could be resolved super quickly. So yeah, it's nice to have new admins. You can see how much it gets done. Like, with new admins around, I think it would be the same if we would have someone on radio. Much more could be done, and the same if we had some admins with superpowers.
Yes, exactly. The state of the CnR radio is kinda as much on autopilot as how the server is. You know, a few months ago, you know, before the new admins were made, there was a lot of talk, blah blah, you know, Crazy Bob isn't doing snits and all this, and how the server is basically on autopilot. And with the new admins coming in, it kinda has you know, made people forget about that a little bit, but the server is kind of still on autopilot, to be honest, and the CnR radio is on autopilot as well. And we need people to be able to have access to the radio, to reset it whenever it's broken, because you look down the list, Sphincter Begee is, somewhere. No idea where that guy is. Doogie, he's gone. He posts on Discord like once every 2 weeks. You never know where that guy is. Renegade, he's still off trying to finish the RPV, respectfully. But you never know where he is either. Depleted is, with his woman, obviously.
Married, probably. I don't know.
Just something like that. So there has to be somebody. A few people.
I would love to be DJ. I don't know. I will say it right here. I play a lot. I would like to, to put some songs on or whatever. I know Lucas, like, he's the active one. Cyber's the active one. But, like, there's plenty more people. And even, like, if not promoting DJs, it doesn't have to even be live DJs that are playing songs live. But just have someone, at least, that will be able to approve of the mixes that are submitted, instead of people like submit their mix and then Doogie is the one that confirms them, and then people need to wait like 2-3 months. It could be someone like Cyber just looking at the mix and like saying, okay, it's good enough to go on radio, at least that it would be plenty already.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how long it takes to add a mix in the rotation, but I would guess it doesn't take that long, and it doesn't take 2 or 3 months worth of time to put mixes in the rotation. It's a lot of wait for no reason whatsoever. So, yeah, you did say that there doesn't need to be necessarily be more like live DJs, but it's everything. Like, there should be more mixes. There should be more DJs, and there should be more people, that have access to the radio admin SNIT. As Lucas is saying in chat right now, hashtag make Lucas2231 radio admin 2018.
That's fun. He's still stuck in the past. That's why he listens to 80s as well. But yeah, I would still prefer to have few live radio admins or DJs as well, because it just adds something to the radio. If the playlist is on, why would I want to listen to playlist that's on unless it's super good? I might as well just put Spotify on and pick my own song. But the interactiveness of the radio comes from people that are talking shit, or I don't know, just saying what song's coming up, or they say something in between the songs, or I don't know, you have like Lucas singing Country Roads every night, and it's still funny after 30 tries, so it adds something that the radio doesn't have otherwise.
Actually, yeah, you have a great point there, because the music that Lucas plays, I probably would never independently find on my own. 90% of it, especially when he plays some Tekashi 6ix9ine or Lil Pump Factory. But the fact that he, comes in with his mic after every other song and gives us some kind of joke, a John joke, or what's going on the server, that is a big part of listening to the radio. When you listen to the radio, otherwise, you listen to the song, obviously, but there's a DJ there for a reason, and the DJs will cycle every hour, so you get to hear different people add on to the content and all that. So Lucas does it correct. But, the thing is, we need more DJs like that, and it's very tough. Just like how the last 3 or 4 people on this interview thing have been Americans. How many Americans are really on this server? Not many. How many Europs are on this server? Many. But they don't talk. They don't talk.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of an interactive Europe DJ so far, and I can't think of a single one. Like back in the day when the CnR Radio was rebooted, Sphincter McGee used to DJ. He used to giggle in between some songs. Bobby B was a DJ. He added a lot of spice during songs, and in between it, he talked about Miss and her interactivity, the dating show that she did. I'm not really sure how that even fits.
That was the gayest shit ever.
I'm sure you love those shows. Like, imagine if everything they're like 16 years old listening to Miss.
Oh my god. But yeah, all of the interactivity from the CnR Radio have been from Americans. They've been from Americans.
It's just because when we come to the show, as Europeans, everyone makes fun of us. I mean, I've heard from Crazy Driver before that I sound worse than his Portuguese neighbor. I heard before that I sound like a typical Ukrainian whore, stuff like that, So maybe people are a little bit discouraged because they think they have accent, but that's part of fun of it. If everyone would sound American, and just the same, then it would be boring, I think. It's kind of funny to listen to people, maybe even like people who don't talk proper English, and they say something funny or some dumb snit, and you can have a laugh.
Yeah.
Cash sounds like a frog. Quack, quack.
Wait, you just quacked. That's a duck.
Yeah. No, it's quack quack we have here. It's frog in Slovenian.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I guess that was lost in translation.
I guess.
Someone tell Greens that, Joey Diaz, I think, gave you a compliment there.
Yeah, thanks, Joey.
Yes,
We have. It's not quack. It's quack, because I'm from one part of Slovenia, which is not capital, and capital is like in the middle of Slovenia, and where the capital of Slovenia is, there used to be swamps, and we call the capital of Slovenia and people who live there, we call them little froggies, and we make fun of them. We say quack quack like at them, instead of hi. And they're like the biggest rivals to us in football and stuff like that, so it has a history. So it's not quack like duck quack. I understand that's like that in American, but it's a bit different. Anyway, let's move on because this is embarrassing. Yeah.
Also, one second. The radio DJs. That's what we're talking about.
I just wanted to say, if a mix is playing on, for example, from Octavia, I will have no will or no wish or desire to listen to some mix of a genre that I usually don't listen to. If it's a metal mix, I don't listen to metal music, so I will not listen to it. However, if Lucas was playing some metal songs in between his bullshit, he says, I would definitely listen to it. Because I just would.
Well, yeah. One thing about the DJ snits is that it feels like that no matter what type of music that you put on the radio, there are always people that will trash every genre. I know that, and I'm not talking about Octavia's because hers are universally hated. But if you got a dude that puts on, snit. I'll get to that, Steve, in a bit. But if a dude puts on some alternative rock, it'll be like, oh, is this emo shit? If somebody puts on rap and hip hop, it's like, I'm not black. If somebody puts pop on, what's this gay shit? So it's always
Exactly.
so it's always somebody.
it's the same with the radio, you know. Some people will listen to us, some people will shit on us, some people will like that the radio is happening once a week, some people will be like, what the fuck is that, just put the music on, you know. You can't ever satisfy everyone. It's never gonna be like that, you know. But I just still think it's important we have some sort of diversity, and you know, people have options available to them. However, Octavia's mixes are fucking trash.
Well, you know, I will admit that whenever I play CNR, I rarely to ever listen to the radio unless somebody's DJing. And I guess Keshi must have unlocked that reason. Mainly because the mixes are just music and no snarky comment in between. You know?
Yeah, no content other than just songs, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's a little bit boring.
Then it's like, because my first instinct is to, like, if I'm playing by myself, my first instinct is to go on Spotify. You know, if I don't want to listen to the songs I have, I just type in an artist and you know, go do their radio snip. You feel me?
It just tells you how different are people here on the server. Like, I don't know, I was playing in NA time zone, so I actually blame you, Americans. So someone requested from Lucas, someone said, Lucas, play anime song.
Nope.
So, I don't know. Next it's gonna be like, play some ASMR or some snittery, you know, or play Fortnite songs, or I don't know, something like that.
And this is ASMR Radio on the CnR Radio. Just
I should have an ASMR show.
See,
Or some other girl, I don't know.
See, this is exactly why we need more DJs.
Listen,
Because,
Roshan,
look,
do you still have Angelina on Facebook? Maybe you should ask her if she would do ASMR in French.
faggot.
Bonjour, ça va?
Absolutely not. Get him out of here. Absolutely
Je m'appelle Angelina.
not. No more French, alright? No more French on this radio. French is banned from this radio, alright? That's illegal. Just like Silent Scrut said in chat, illegal. That is illegal what? Put a W at the end. That is illegal. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully the radio gets better and we have no, absolutely not. No more of
You
that
just
language.
denied me a kiss, Roshan. I asked you if you want to kiss me. Fucking idiots.
Well, listen, I don't know French, alright? So you can't blame me. I'm just an American. Just an American, alright? Though that'll make me think that I should get some program to learn a different language, you know, because Americans mainly only know English and they know no other language. How cool would it be if the average American, just like the average person on the server, knew...
Was smart.
Well, was smart, yes, but also knew 2 or 3 languages, like a lot of the Europs on the server. That's one thing I'll give props to Europs on the server, is that they know multiple languages, and they know it's goodly enough, you know.
It's kind of funny though, like if you would ask typical American, you know, about languages they know, they all claim to know at least one foreign language, right? They're like, oh yeah, I studied French, it's cool. But then you ask them something about it, or tell them like, okay, introduce yourself in French. They don't know shit, you know?
Exactly.
So it's kind of funny as well, because you guys love to bash on people who don't speak proper English, yet you don't speak any other language, you know, and even the ones you claim to know, you don't know them, you know. So I don't know, I mean, I just guess it's just because you're spoiled, you know, just like UK people, they're like, they expect everyone wherever they go to speak English with them. So basically, they're not even forced, to learn anything.
Well, yes. Basically, if you ask an American what other languages they know, they say, yeah, like you said, they studied Spanish for some snits, but as years go by, the little Spanish that you knew goes away. And as Lucas said,
I know more French than you, and I didn't even study French. I had German at high school, so I never even studied French, but I still know like basics. I probably know like basics in Swedish, like fitta and stuff like that. That's pussy, by the way. But anyway, you need to be able to swear in every language. That's a must and a requirement, especially if you play CS:GO job.
Well, that is basically the attraction to learning, or half-assed learning some languages, to know how to swear. Just like Marcus Reed. Like the only Portuguese I know is when Marcus Reed swears. Pretty much, that's how it is.
That's pretty much the first things you always learn in other languages is how to swear, how to order a beer and chips and I don't know, a steak or some shit. It's all about the necessities.
Exactly, because if you get knocked out and you wake up in a foreign country, then you gotta know how to ask for food. Also, Homo Cap just said in chat that American is indeed a language, fuckface.
American is a language. Okay.
Well, there's Brazilian Portuguese and there's Portuguese, but saying American is a language is like saying Brazilian is a language. That doesn't make any sense. And it makes it even worse and ignorant if you say American is a language, because you know how Americans are. America, fuck yeah,
America, on top,
America,
on top, America. Yeah, boy.
America's on top, So
give me that cheese, boy.
Exactly. So
Yo, pass me another burger.
So for Homo Cap, all right. Oh, Jesus Christ! Do you see him in chat? Look at him. Keep laughing your own trash. You think you're hot shit? America, holy shit! Oh no, he's a patriot.
Is Euro trash mad?
Yeah, but Homo Cap is American trash. He's showing off his.
He's American trash.
Yeah, he's showing off his thing right now. Speaking of showing off their thing, I got breaking news from the studio from XXXS.
Breaking news.
So he PN'd me and he told me that Titty Boy has lost regular status on the forum. Holy
Why is that? What happened?
For talking too much snit.
He's not even here. How can he talk snit? He's been last seen. I mean, at least I saw him on the server last few months ago, and then he came to play 2 days in a row, and then he was gone again. So,
well, on the forum, on the forum.
I know, but was he actually talking on the forums?
Yeah, he made a post somewhere. I don't quite remember. Let me see. I think it's in the CnR. Let's make CnR great again topic or something like that. Let's see. Let me see if I can read a sentence here. Okay, so he said, I guess if you can look past the complete filth that makes up CnR now, minus obviously some people, though that pool is shrinking by the month, then I suppose it can be fun, but really that just seems like scraping the bottom of the barrel. We're getting
He's almost as well-spoken as Nietzsche.
Well, there's some bitter sweetness to that. Like I said before, the server is kinda on autopilots. But ever since Titty Boy has started playing Fortnite and has renounced all of CNR, he's shown his thoughts for what CNR was at the time of his quitting. And they're not positive thoughts, that's for sure. And,
Well, it's a little bit evident though. From when he was playing, he was filled with rage. Not a good vibe coming from him. At least in my opinion. I wanted to say something which is a bit off topic here, but I also have breaking news as well. Okay. Yes. So Vigano has almost became an eunuch yesterday. He said to me, he dared me pretty much. He was like, Cash, I'm gonna rob freaking SMP Tower, and if you catch me, I'm gonna cut off my dick. So what happened was, freaking Vigano, because of his packy internet, timed out. He timed out mid-robbery, and he spawned in Red County, and me and Rashawn were really close to Red County, and he would probably have gotten screwed, and his penis would have suffered. So upon timing out, he reconnected, got spawned in Red County, and then he pretty much figured out he's in a screwed up situation, and he decided to quit. So what happens now, Rashawn? Did he lose the bet? Are we gonna circumcise the guy? Or what happens?
Well, like I said before, Vigano is one of the most dim-witted and mentally absent players in CNR history. But the thing is, even a caveman knows their vitals, So even if Vigano, can't comprehend any, smartalities, for lack of a better word, he realizes that keeping his limbs is a very important part of survivability. So when he figured out that he made the bet that if he gets arrested, he'll cut off his own cojones, and when he timed out and came back and he saw we were in the zone to arrest him, his brain pumped out pulses, or pulses went to his brain. That actually happened for the first time.
This was our only and sole chance to keep people like Vigano from reproducing.
Well, he shouldn't be reproducing anyway, because he really has big issues. He has huge issues. But when a caveman gets the idea that they're gonna lose their cojones, that's when they go into panic mode, and you want to keep them as badly as possible. So the bet is off.
Did you ever put yours online like that?
Excuse me? Online? No, I didn't mean online. I meant on the line, not online as in the internet.
I mean, would you put yours on the line? I didn't mean online, because I know you sent me already, but
no, I wouldn't, because it's very stupid to have a bet, where if you lose the bet, then your cojones will be cut off, because, we aren't the type of animals that can regenerate lost stuff. So it's basically the end of your life at that point.
End of your life? Oh my god, you're a little bit dramatic now.
Well, listen, Kesh, there are people who have lost an arm, they've lost a leg, but here's the thing. If you didn't have your little member, you might as well be dead. Is that what you're saying? You would rather be dead? Well, let me say this, alright? So, we have 2 arms, we have 2 legs, we have 2 shoulders. If you use...
And 2 dicks.
Well, some people do.
Some people do. Like,
Yeah.
if you have two dicks, then obviously you would want the other to be removed because
Why?
it's,
Why? It's like someone asking you to get rid of one of your children. Which one do you give up? Would you
Well-
cut one off? It's hard to decide which one to keep.
Well, here's the thing about that. So, from what I understand about having two of something that you're not supposed to have, or, well, I can't give an example, but the first one will be fully functional, and the second one is like bastardized, like it's
Bastardized.
it's unfinished. Like it didn't finish development in the womb, excuse me. So when you grow up, it's inoperable. So
Listen, there's a dude on Reddit, okay? You can go check it out, but this is legit. There's a dude on Reddit who posted he has legit two dicks, and
Oh,
both of
no.
them are functional. Yeah, just one is a little bit smaller than the other, and
That's
you
what I
actually
mean.
have picture there as well if you want to see it.
no,
Looks pretty
no, I
freakish,
don't wanna
but
see
it's
it.
something. Okay.
No,
it's
I do not.
Well, I
wanna see
did.
it. Absolutely not.
Okay.
I don't think I'll be able to live
So-
if I see that.
From that picture, it didn't look like any of them was bastard. They looked like two normal dicks. So I don't know. If I ask the guy, okay, remove one of them, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want to remove any of them. And apparently, like Joey Diaz also said that the guy would pass out each time. Apparently, that does not happen to that man. So it's a problem.
Well,
It's one above the other or side by side. It's side by side, like fingers. Like you can put them in V shape. They're like that.
oh no. Well,
Prince, you know how to browse Reddit, right?
browse Reddit. Would that?
It's sometimes educational to visit other subs other than Gone Wild. You know. So.
Well, power to the dude with two sets of cojones. Drop on the clues bombs for that dude. Yes, especially if both are fully functional and all that. I wonder what I'm gonna label this on the video. I have no idea.
I don't know, probably you're just gonna cut it out.
That's a good idea too. That's a great idea.
It's a bastard conversation needs to be cut out. Just like a bastard dick.
Yes, for the people out there that are seeking PG conversation, there's always at least 10 minutes per show where,
When we have weirder conversations.
yes, weird conversations about bastardized dicks. Yes.
Just
Yes.
delete this video. It's for the best. Listen, we cannot delete this video because there was a good part about Vegano in here. Okay.
Exactly. Veganu is gonna definitely his head will explode even though he has no head anyway. That we actually said his name. So, GG. Speaking of GG, that's gonna end the Punkery show for today. But
No.
what?
No.
What do you mean,
I
no?
have
No.
one more thing.
Okay,
You were
hold on.
showing one-
Hold on. What is it about? Don't explain. What is it about? Green. I was about to
Greens.
say that. I was about to. Yeah. Calm
Okay,
down.
Get out of my head.
I was about to say
Persistent.
that. I was gonna say. So apparently, Gweens is going to be interviewed next Thursday, right, Cash?
Yes.
Thursday.
Did you put topic yet on? People
no,
should
I
ask
did
some
not.
questions.
I did not.
Okay.
I will do that as soon as I get John. All right, I will.
Okay.
So Greens, let me see for sure here. How many consecutive Americans will be interviewed? Let's see. Tanner, Banana Ghost. Wait, hold on. Tanner, Banana Ghost. Ah, okay. It'll be 3 in a row.
Before
Excuse
that?
me. It's 3 in a row. It was Overseer before.
Oh.
So that'd be 3 consecutive Americans interviewed. What's going on, Europs? Come on. So Gweens will be on next week, Thursday, hopefully, and we'll talk about hopefully we'll talk more about the guy with two dicks, and we'll answer his question of if you have two dicks, do you have four balls? Wow, that is an
No,
insightful
what the freak
Well,
is that? What the freak is that? No.
don't spoil it, Kesh. Don't spoil it.
I also have a question for you, which is kind of okay. So we had Tanner on the show, right?
Yes.
And Tanner sounded much like Lucas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does Tanner look like Lucas?
I don't know. I have no idea. I would think that Tanner doesn't have an afro.
Yeah, probably not. And luscious blowjob lips.
Yeah, I don't know many white dudes, if Lucas is white, that have an afro and have, as you say, blowjob lips. So I don't think Tanner.
Those come handy when you're in prison, like Lucas.
Destroy.
Just saying.
Help. Well, on that note, that's gonna end the Punkery show for Kesh and Vega. This is Rashawn, and we'll see you next week for the next episode of the Punkery show. Enjoy all of the San Fierro players, you
And
guys.
ask questions for Greens.
Oh yeah. Go on the forum, ask questions. Yes, for sure. Florida, go Florida.